The Sun by Elaine Landau. Darkness in the daytime. Solar eclipse. These kids are wearing protection glasses to watch a solar eclipse. Solar safety. Never stare at the sun. Even during a solar eclipse, even a tiny bit of sunlight can badly damage your eyes. What can make the sun disappear during the day? The moon can pass between Earth and the sun and block the sun's rays. This is called a solar eclipse. Solar eclipses can be seen from some places on Earth about once or twice a year. Chapter 3. How the Sun Works. In this image, the hottest areas of the sun appear almost white. The darker red areas are cooler. The outside of the sun is about 20 times hotter than a kitchen oven. This drawing shows the sun's extremely hot center, or core. The sun is a very active place. The part of the sun you can see is about 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit, 5,500 degrees Celsius. Deep inside the sun, it's even hotter. At the sun's center, temperatures climb to about 27 million degrees Fahrenheit, or 15 million degrees Celsius. Sending out energy. The sun is made mostly of gases called hydrogen and helium. Helium is the same gas that makes party balloons float in air. What makes the sun so hot? It starts with the tiny particles that make up the sun's gases. These gas particles are very close together at the sun's core or center. The tightly packed particles smash into each other a lot. When the particles crash, they send out energy in the form of heat and light. The heat and light energy do not reach the sun's surface right away, however. It takes thousands of years for that to happen. First, the energy has to travel through the huge sun. It reaches the sun's atmosphere, or the layer of gases that surrounds it. The energy bubbles up into the corona, or the outer layer of the sun's surface. From there, it takes the energy only about 8 minutes to reach Earth. Bright glowing arcs of gas flow around sunspots. The sun's corona is visible during a total eclipse of the sun. It looks like a brilliant white ring. Many gas bubbles on the sun are as big as the state of Texas. Sunspots. When scientists look at pictures of the sun, they often see dark patches on the bubbly surface. These patches are called sunspots. Sunspots are cooler than the rest of the sun's surface. Many sunspots are really huge. Some are the size of Earth. Other sunspots are even bigger. A large sunspot usually lasts for a few weeks or months, then it disappears. The dark area in this picture is a sunspot. The lighter region shows the bubbling gas on the sun's surface. Solar flares can cause power outages on Earth. Solar flares can last from seconds to hours. There's examples of solar flares. Solar flares. Sunspots occur in areas that can also give off flashes of energy. These flashes are called solar flares. In a solar flare, huge amounts of energy and particles shoot out thousands of miles into space. Sometimes they even reach Earth's atmosphere. Auroras. Solar flares can cause problems, but the sun also sends out particles more gently. These gentler streams move through space like the wind. They are called solar wind. When solar wind hits the gases in Earth's atmosphere, beautiful displays of colored lights sometimes happen. These colored lights are called auroras. Auroras can start as a faint green glow. Then you might see bands of red, blue, and purple rippling across the sky. Auroras occur most often in places that are far to the north or the south. Near the south and north poles on Earth, auroras can happen nearly every night. Solar flares have caused auroras in places far from the poles, such as Texas and Florida. An aurora known as the Northern Lights brightens the sky over British Columbia, Canada. Northern Lights is the name for auroras over the northern half of Earth. These auroras are also called aurora borealis. The big truth caught in action. These photographs of the sun were taken by the Solar and Heliospheric Observations (SOHO) spacecraft. They show 4 kinds of action that happen on the sun. 1. Solar flares. 2. Prominences. 3. Sunspots. 4. Coronal mass ejections, CMEs. Solar flares are quick explosions just above the sun's surface. They usually occur around sunspots. Prominences are long loops of gas that escape the sun's surface. Sunspots are cooler patches on the sun's surface. About 15 Earths could fit inside this one. Coronal mass ejections, CMEs, are giant eruptions of gas from the sun's corona. This one blasted more than 1 billion tons of gas into space. Look at all that gas being blasted.